Welcome to Storycraft Portal, where every tale is more than just words. It's an emotional journey. Today's story begins with a moment no one ever expects, when the calm of a university campus is shattered by sudden violence. Imagine sitting in a library, a book in hand, the world quiet and safe. Then, without warning, the crack of gunfire turns everything upside down. In that instant, every breath feels heavy, and a single question echoes in your mind. Will I make it out alive? It was a crisp Thursday morning at Florida State University. Students moved through the campus with sleepy eyes, coffee cups in hand, and headphones plugged in. Another ordinary day in the making. Among them was Layla, a political science major, who had a midterm to study for and a favorite corner seat in the library waiting for her. The trees outside swayed gently as sunlight kissed the pavement, casting long shadows that danced with the breeze. Layla walked past the student union, not knowing her life would split into a before and after in just minutes. As she stepped inside Strozier Library, the usual chatter and shuffling papers created a peaceful rhythm. No one noticed the lone figure across the courtyard, walking slowly, head down, hands in pockets, eyes empty. No one saw the storm he carried. In that moment, the world still felt safe. In that moment, no one knew. The clock struck 9:18 a.m. as Layla settled into her seat, unzipping her bag and pulling out a highlighter with mechanical precision. Around her, the world hummed quietly, pages turning, pens scribbling, keyboards softly clicking. But outside, silence grew heavier. Phoenix Eichner stood still near the student union, his breath steady but shallow. In his backpack, a rifle and handgun lay wrapped in a flannel shirt. He looked once at the sky, then toward the building he once called a second home. Inside, no one noticed a shift in the air. Even as he stepped forward, his expression didn't change, blank, almost robotic. Layla highlighted a line in her textbook. Power in the wrong hands leads to collapse. Ironic in hindsight, Phoenix crossed the courtyard. No one stopped him. No one asked why. And when he pushed the doors open, the soft click was swallowed by normalcy. For now, at exactly 9:26 a.m., a sound broke the silence, sharp, metallic, and terrifying. One shot echoed through the library halls. For a second, everyone froze, confusion battling denial. Layla looked up, eyes darting toward the sound. A scream erupted near the entrance. Then another shot. Panic spilled like a flood. Students dropped to the floor, knocking over chairs and coffee cups. Some ran, others froze. Phoenix moved forward slowly, firing again. No words, no warnings, just methodical destruction. Layla crawled under a table, heart pounding against the cold tile. She clutched her phone, fingers trembling too much to type. Near the entrance, someone lay still, unmoving. Sirens hadn't started yet. The building was on its own. And in those seconds, time became elastic, stretching, twisting, choking. Phoenix turned down the main hallway. Chaos followed him like a shadow. And Layla whispered, "Please, not me." The library's fire alarm shrieked as staff hit the emergency alert system, sending phones buzzing. Active shooter. Shelter in place. Doors slammed. Lights cut. Desks became barricades. Layla and 5 others huddled in a copy room, breathing in sync, trying not to make sound. Somewhere nearby, footsteps echoed, slow, deliberate. Phoenix knew this building well. He had studied in these halls, laughed in these corners. Now, he stalked them like prey. Layla's hands gripped a metal ruler, the only thing she could find. A boy beside her whispered a prayer. In another room, someone sobbed softly. The sound of a door creaking open nearby made Layla flinch. The air was thick with fear, palpable, choking. No one knew where he was now. They only knew he was close. And in that small room, 6 strangers held on his silence like it was the only thing keeping them alive. Outside, chaos mirrored the storm inside. Police cars flooded the campus perimeter, sirens piercing through the morning air. Officers with rifles stormed the building, radios crackling with updates. Shooters inside, multiple shots fired, possible casualties. Layla remained frozen, unsure whether the noise outside meant help or danger. SWAT moved floor by floor, calling out police. If you're safe, make noise. But no one dared. Phoenix, aware of the hunt, shifted direction. He moved toward the second floor, where silence still ruled. A security guard tried to intervene, only to become another lifeless marker in Phoenix's path. From a nearby window, a news chopper hovered, capturing images that would haunt the evening news. Layla finally whispered to the group, "They're coming, I think," but her voice carried more doubt than hope. Somewhere above them, footsteps pounded harder. The hunter and the hunted were closing in. Phoenix turned a corner and found himself staring at a wall of student photos, one of them his own from the debate team. He paused. For a second, the weapon in his hand lowered. Memories clawed at him. Laughter, applause, recognition. But it was all poison now. His expulsion, the whispers, the online mockery. His fist clenched tighter around the rifle. On the second floor, SWAT encountered a wounded student and carried him to safety. Layla's group, still hidden, listened to every distant noise, unsure which sound meant life and which meant death. Phoenix moved again, but slower now, as if haunted by echoes only he could hear. Layla silently mouthed, "Please end this." She felt every second like a weight on her chest. Somewhere nearby, Phoenix stopped walking. A door creaked open, a breath caught, and again, the world waited for peace or for another gunshot. It happened suddenly. Glass shattered above the main entrance as a sniper's bullet missed its mark. Phoenix ducked, rolled, and fired blindly toward the window. The sniper repositioned. Inside, screams reignited. Layla's group stayed frozen, though the instinct to run pulsed like a drumbeat. Phoenix, now bleeding from his shoulder, backed into an office, rage and confusion colliding. Outside, officers debated breaching. "Too many hostages," one warned. "He's unstable," another said. Phoenix screamed, his first sound since the violence began, a raw, cracked voice yelling something incoherent. In the copy room, Layla finally texted her mother, "I love you," hand shaking. On the floor above, someone moved too quickly and drew Phoenix's fire. Another cry, another silence. The halls now smelled of gunpowder and fear. Time was running out, for Phoenix, for Layla, and for everyone still trapped between walls meant for learning, now soaked in violence. SWAT breached the East Wing at 9:57 a.m. Boots thundered down the halls as shouts filled the air. "Drop your weapon!" echoed through walls once silent. Phoenix, cornered in a faculty office, pointed his gun at the door, eyes wild, hand trembling. On the surveillance feed, he looked like a ghost in combat boots. Layla's group heard the chaos grow louder. Someone sobbed silently, as if their soul was breaking. One officer tossed in a flashbang. Light exploded, sound collapsed, and when vision returned, Phoenix was on the floor, stunned but alive. He screamed, "You never listened," before a boot pinned him down. Layla opened the door slowly, seeing the hallway littered with broken glass, empty shells, and blood. An officer met her eyes, said gently, "You're safe now." But the silence that followed said otherwise. Safety had a new meaning now, one painted with scars. By 10:12 a.m., the building was cleared. Medics moved quickly, tending to the wounded. News crews hovered outside, their cameras devouring grief. Layla sat on the library steps, her hands covered in dust and someone else's blood. Her phone buzzed nonstop, but she couldn't bear to look. Police escorted groups out, each face pale, hollow. Phoenix was taken into custody, head lowered, rage replaced with something emptier. On the lawn, parents clung to their children. Flowers appeared at the student union within hours, makeshift memorials forming as tears flowed freely. Layla finally called her mother, voice cracking. "I'm okay, I think." Counselors waited inside a nearby hall, but few could speak yet. Survivors wandered silently, all carrying the same question: why? But no one had answers. Only names, numbers, silence. And beneath that silence, a story that would never leave them. In the weeks that followed, Phoenix Eichner faced trial for 2 counts of murder and multiple attempted homicides. Prosecutors revealed disturbing details: racist posts, violent manifestos, a clear warning ignored. The university implemented sweeping reforms: more counselors, stricter campus access, active shooter drills. Layla gave a testimony no one forgot, her voice trembling as she said, "We don't feel safe anymore, but we're still here." Her words went viral. Across the nation, students held up signs, "We're still here." On campus, a sculpture now stands. 6 figures huddled in fear, carved from stone, titled "The Silence Between Shots." The wounds remained, but so did resilience. Phoenix was sentenced to life without parole. He left the courtroom without looking back. For the survivors, life split in two, before the shooting and after. But in telling their stories, they began to stitch those pieces together. Slowly, carefully, but forever changed.